Long ago, two races ruled over Earth, humans and monsters, who despite their many differences, were united by their shared possession of a soul, the culmination of one's being that would adapt to match the bearer's own values and will. However, the power held within the human soul far surpassed that of even the strongest monsters, meaning that once war broke out between the two races, humanity would lead victorious, sealing the monsters underground with a magical spell which could only be broken with the power of 7 human souls. Monsterkind's king, Asgore, was peaceful however, wishing to avoid any further conflict, but in his kind's desperation he declared that any human who fell into the underground would die, ultimately collecting the souls of 5 human children over their years of imprisonment, an ultimate sacrifice to the hopes of their freedom. However, these disappearances would not go unnoticed by one. As the rumors spread about the mountain which held no return, a figure strapped in leather with a steel at their waist would leap into the underworld to walk the steps of the dead, discover the truth, and serve vigilante justice to the ones who had fallen before them. And that child's name was Clover. A rootin'-tootin', cactus-shootin', gunpowder-chewin' cow, influenced by the old western style of yore. And with a hop, skip, and a jump down a very conveniently placed trapdoor, they would embark on their journey throughout the underworld. No goat mamas, funny Freddy killers, or wingdingers here. This is the story of Undertale Yellow. No, not that one. Though their past remains a mystery, whether they had a poor home life, or raised as an orphan, or were free roaming from the get-go, one thing made clear was the burning sense of justice within Clover's soul. Literally, their soul trait was none other than that of justice itself. And with them being a human, denoted by the hat of course, they would have the power to take on all of the underground by themselves. Right? Well, no, because Clover canonically fucking sucked at Undertale. Like, they died to Snowcap and even the Hotland laser puzzles for Christ's sake. And this is in no small part to their lack of determination. The central life force for all and the manifestation of the will to live, which can empower those beyond their reasonable limits, with the single most determined of which being able to completely start and stop reality itself on a whim, by manipulating the game's own mechanics. You know, save files, reloading said files, pausing and closing the game, battle menus, all that. Yep, all fully canon to the world of Undertale, with the top dog of determination being able to save and reload these files on a whim, among other things. And look what have it, Flowey, the most determined monster in the underground, would allow Clover to harness their power, taking them under his petals to venture through the back roads of the underground with ease, taking on foes like Dalv, the forlorn goner of the Dark Ruins, Bartlett, the feather-brained puzzle crafter of the Royal Guard, Northstar, the enigmatic sheriff of the Wild East, and many more, with the choice of them coming out dead or alive at Clover's holster. You see, there's many routes Clover can take when navigating combat. As Undertale's whole premise insists, the RPG where nobody has to die, Clover can face foes with either violence or pacifism, splitting Clover's journey into multiple directions. But need they choose violence? Because this is a versus show, dammit. They're packing an impressive arsenal to get them through. Clover's tried and true means of offense, their toy gun, is nothing more than a toy pea shooter with safe rubber bullets. But when taking to the environment, and after being gifted a feisty upgrade with the Wild Revolver, Clover could enhance its firepower by finding new forms of ammunition, like pebbles, icicles, nails, flint, and more, some of which yielding positive effects, such as the coffee bean ammo, which can amp Clover's movement speed, and the glass ammo, which would heal them slightly, both of which taking effect after a successfully landed critical hit. They can also acquire many consumables, like candy corn, tea, coffee, infinite amounts of corn chowder apparently, and Clover's favorite, completely inedible garbage, like packing peanuts, multiple types of random foliage sold by a trusted vendor, literal gunpowder, which somehow restores Clover's health back to full, and hydrofolic acid, which fucking kills them. Bon appetit. And if you want to hear about even more food crimes, come back next time when we discuss Jack Kennedy, the guy who thought putting an animatronic robot's face on a pizza was a totally appropriate thing to sell to customers. Of a restaurant that also sells licorice that fucking kills you when you eat it. Yum.